or something. I don't know, we're back. Okay, so some people... Well, I heard that the stream was a bit laggy from time to time for a few people, so I lowered the bitrate. I lowered the FPS from 50 to 45. So, hopefully, it will be a bit smoother this time. Of course, streaming StarCraft 2 off of one PC in some decent quality is pretty difficult to do, since StarCraft 2 in itself is pretty CPU intensive. And then streaming on top of that, you know, I'm waiting for Intel's new series, probably coming next winter or something. And I'm gonna go for that i7. I don't know, gonna be saving all that money. Okay, so we are ready to jump into Fyrkrag versus Lunkentus. It's going to be our semi-final of this in-clan core tournament. I was a part of it. I got eliminated like in the first round or something. I don't know exactly how everything worked, but I lost every game, I think, or something. No, I won a couple, but I lost every series. The M50s, M50X, bro. Look at this. See this? Them straight. Plugging it back in. I think they're pretty alright. The M50Xs. You know, the best headphones I've ever had, but a lot of the audiophiles don't really think they're that great, as some people say they are. The reason for me buying the M50X was just because I use them to school, so I wanted to be able to bring them pretty easily, and you know, change the cord and all that stuff. The standard ones, I tried the standard ones, the M50s, and they have this one cord only, and it's not really meant for portability whatsoever. So it's pretty nice to have this cord, you know, sitting in my computer all the time. Then I have I don't know where it is, the 1.2 meter to school and stuff like that. So thank you, Dr. Stupid. I don't know who you are, but I love you. Okay, we're waiting for the invite still. I don't know what's taking so long. But yeah. Let's check out the guys we actually have playing Lunkentus. Let's check out his profile. He has been in Diamond 3 times, and I think he's been pretty high in Diamond. And then we have Fyrkrag, our clan leader, some sort. Has been in Master twice, and he is now placing high up in Diamond with Random. He was Master with Zerg, but I think he's now playing Random mainly. Doing pretty well. Tosai, meh. Don't worry. Tosai is pretty sad about his performance, I think. Let's see if he can join the lobby. Tosai only slept for like 3 hours this night, so you can blame it on that, don't worry. Don't you even worry about it. And as you can see, there is the link to the neos.kr, the link to our clan. I think we're like pretty high up in EU, at least. We have a lot of Diamond players, so we should be. Okay, I think Fyrkrag, he is going to be Naniwa. He's changing his name from time to time, so I think it's going to be Naniwa in this game, but as you understand, he is not the real Naniwa. I hope you understand that, at least. The real Naniwa, you know, he's not good enough for our clan, so we don't want him here. But anyway, as you can see, these are two legit good players, so get ready for Overgrowth LE. We're going to have a lot of TVT, I think, remaining now, so I'm gonna do my best in casting those. I haven't played that much Terran in my days. Played mainly Protoss since like Brood War when I was 7 years old or some stuff like that. I don't know. So the Terran I've played is the random I played this season. That's my experience with Terran. But either way, do you want this core here? You know, it looks pretty good. You know, it's nice to show off the core, but it doesn't look that good. Either way, let's introduce our players in the top right side of a growth LE representing core. It is Naniwa Firkrag, whatever you want to call him. Let's call him Naniwa, because that is going to be a lot easier for me. And here in the bottom of the left side, our green Terran player representing core as well. It is Lungentus. And I gotta say, our decal is pretty goddamn cool. That's pretty well done there, I think. So, it is going to be a TVT on Catalina, and I just gotta mention really quickly that tanks over here, you know, tanks over here, a couple of Marines here, and you have yourself hell to deal with. Okay, that is so annoying to deal with. You can't really come around here and try to deal with this cost effectively, because the tanks are in great position here. They have like range all the way over here, so just wanted to mention that really quickly. I think Naniwa, he wants to utilize this. He's utilized it before versus me, so we'll see if he does that this game as well. Look at this, and Naniwa opening up with pretty similar looking builds here, but Naniwa is going for earlier gas here, so perhaps he wants to get some early factory. This tells me he doesn't want to go for the Reaper. He wants to go straight into factory after a couple of Marines. So we'll see if he decides to do that. Naniwas and Lungatus SCVs do meet here. And Lungatus, or Naniwa rather, gets in the main base immediately. Gonna start harassing this SCV. Seeing a reaction. Yes, Lungatus is pulling an SCV to try to deal with this. Oh, is it gonna die actually? Oh, he gets an SCV. That's pretty large. That's pretty huge for Naniwa right there. And he got a short delay on this barracks, not a huge deal, but he's gonna try to get a second SV. I don't think that's going to happen. Nanawa is pushed back right now. But Nanawa is going for that Reaper. He doesn't go for that very quick factory, you know, as I thought. He is instead going for the Reaper first, and I like this decision. I like to go Reapers in TVT. And Naniwa might actually follow this up with the second Reaper. He's done that versus me, so we'll see if he does that this game as well. And look at this, is going Reaper as well. So if this turns into some sort of Reaper fight, we'll see. Naniwa's only got the one queued up right now, and it looks like it's going to stick with that. And I actually played a TVT versus Lunkentus as well in this tournament, and he went for super annoying Banshee play, which was just awful to deal with. But it looks like he's going for that second Reaper right now, and so is Naniwa. They're both going second Reaper, so I kind of called it, you know, kind of did, but not really. And now look at this, they're both patrolling right here, trying to catch the other guy's Reaper, but not quite able to do it there. They're waiting for the second Reapers to finish, and I think they're gonna push out after that. Now look at this, he's dropping that command center on the high ground right here. He doesn't want to lose it, while Naniwa, boom, going for the low ground command center. So the builds are looking very similar so far, but no, both dropping the factories. I'm gonna say reactor, 50 gas, reactor. Cool. So these builds are looking very similar. Now it's time to micro, and Naniwa wins this. Naniwa is far ahead in the HP on his Reapers, but of course the no. Oh, that was pretty nice from look at this. You got the high ground vision right there. So managed to kill off one of Naniwa's Reapers, but still he is down in the HP. But they are running away at the equal speed, so he can get out of there, start to regenerate, and then oh, nice juke actually. So they both lost one Reaper. Eunice lost. Okay, one SV as well. Whatever. Factory going off for both players. Reactors as well. So these players are doing the exact same things right now, which is kind of cool. I'm waiting to see how this plays out. Firkrag, Naniwa is opting to go for that Hellion first and follow it up with 2 Marines, while Lunkentus is switching this out, so they're not going for the same thing right here. This already we're seeing the change. A starport coming down for both players as well. This is just sick. Oh my god. Second refinery though coming down from Naniwa. It is very far behind the one of Lunkentus, as he's been mining for quite some time off of both of these guys. Now Naniwa, he has got the advantage there with the command center already on the low ground, so he's got a small advantage, but it's not really a large deal whatsoever. A double tech lab is going down for Naniwa, so it looks like he wants to go for tanks right now, and look at this. not really doing that. He's still producing Hellions, and he's gonna go for a Viking after this, perhaps to shut down any sort of potential Banshee harass from Naniwa, which isn't coming. So I don't know. Naniwa losing one Hellion there. I don't know what he wanted to scout with that. Didn't really do a whole lot with it, so not a large deal. But I'm curious what really Naniwa's planning. He's not producing. I thought he was gonna go tanks. He is instead going for that Hellion still. Perhaps he's a bit worried about these Hellions, but he's not researching anything off of this tech lab either. Not too sure on what his plan is there. It's gonna drop an armory soon. Try to research something. I don't know. We'll see. Now the Hellions are here getting a couple of nice shots off, but not killing a whole lot. They just dealt a bit of damage. So look at this. He's landed this command center now, starting to produce SCVs. And now the Banshee is going to be coming out pretty soon from Lugintus. And this is pretty much what he did versus me. He continuously produced Hellions, and he got a Banshee like right over here. I had tanks, you know. I'm not that good with Terran, so I take very quickly to tanks, knowing that Marine tank is a standard composition. And I had tanks, you know, sieged up, and he came in with a lot of Banshees and just cleaned it all up and killed me. So we'll see if he does that this game as well. But look at this, he's opting to get that Raven first, not gonna get that Banshee right away. We'll see if he gets that later on even. Now Naniwa is dealing a bit of damage here with this drop. It was spotted by this factory, or by these barracks I think. But Nugget is not reacting in time, losing a couple of SCVs to this. Lost 5 so far. Naniwa's doing some cute splitting over here. Kills off the Viking actually. And now he can get out because there's no anti-air. So that was pretty cute. He lost 4 Marines in that, so I do think that was definitely worth it. But is he gonna get out? Nope. No, still not getting out. And look at this, he's now got a lot of Hellions out. And look at this, he's floating his barracks over here, which tells me he wants to go mech. And mech in TVT is kind of cool. It's very slow as well, as all mech builds kind of are. But it is pretty cool, you know. Tank bio has been this norm for a long time. And, oh my god. Oh, he could have boosted. But I forgot about that. You know, as I said, tank bio has been a norm for a long time. So I think it's going to be cool if we do see mech from Lungentus. Right now, it's only got these Hellions out of the map, but they can deal a lot of damage. Has he researched Blue Flame? I don't think so. Upgrades, no. Only Stim Pack has finished for Naniwa. But now Naniwa is going for a pretty large push here. It's got 1 tank and Marines and Marauders. He can deal with these Hellions, but I don't know what he's doing. There we go. Getting 1 Hellion, and now Lungentus, he knows what's up. He knows what's coming for him. Starting to fall back. He should be retreating. He's gotta take this engagement here or something. I don't know why he turned into Hellbats before actually retreating home. Either way, he does have a tank out right now, so he can probably siege that up and be safe against this. Because in TVT, the main thing that matters is positioning. It's basically chess. You need to position all your units very, very quickly, you know, before your opponent does. And this is a beautiful tank position. That is just, it's wonderful. This, you know, Naniwa can't really siege up here due to this tank here. So this is just, oh, beautiful. Oh, Jesus Christ, I would never figure that out. I'll place it like back here or something. Either way, the engagement is about to take place. A couple of tank shots coming out from Lungentus right here, but Naniwa has got the potential to deal a lot of damage with this. It's got a lot of Marines out still. They're pretty low. The tank is still alive and kicking, getting repaired right now. This is a 10 kill tank right here. I told you this was a beautiful position. But either way, Naniwa manages to push through and finally gets rid of that tank. But 2 more Hellions making it out on the map. Should probably go in close combat with that tank. There we go. Getting up and personal. And now the SCVs managed to clean up these last few Marines. But nonetheless, 21 workers have been killed so far, and look at this. The SCV count, it is 31, or 32 rather, to 51. So there's quite a large difference there in the SCV count. And look at this, Naniwa has also started his 3rd base on the back of this, so it's going to be far ahead in the economy. Which Lungentus, he needs to start producing a lot of SCVs and take some cost-efficient fights pretty soon. Or else it's going to be in a world of hurt. Oh, where's that from? I don't know, it's some kind of Brood War reference, I think. I don't even know. Long time, no play. Naniwa is keeping up the pressure right here, coming in with more tanks and Marines. Of course, the Marines are very susceptible to these Hellion attacks, but the tanks are very tanky, as, you know. Oh, but this can get shut down. That was not good for Naniwa. He lost all of his momentum right there. That was like 8 Marines, 7 Marines, and 1 medevac, so he's forced to pull back right now. Infernal Pre-Igniter finally coming out. That's a bit delayed, I think. I don't know if you forgot about that, but it's such an important upgrade when you want to go heavy on the Hellions and the Hellbats. So now Nanawa, he's falling back, but of course he's got his third base already established. So, therefore, he is pulling far ahead in the income. It's up to 2,000 versus the 1,400 roughly for Lunkentus. So, and his production is just stellar as well compared to the one of Lunkentus. He's producing 2 tanks, Lunkentus is, and a Viking. But Nanawa is producing 2 tanks and a lot of Marines. He produced, there we go, up to 7 right now. So he's really producing quite a bit more. And now still no third base from Lunkentus has been dropped. He's going to end up far behind unless he drops that very soon. But has he got the upgrades going for him? He's got the +1 vehicles and ship weapons. But of course, Nanawa has got that +1. Let's call him Fearcrag. I don't know. He wanted to be called Fearcrag. Fearcrag. Fearcrag does have that +1 infantry weapons finished. But the thing about mech is that you can take really cost-efficient fights with some nicely placed siege tanks. So if Lunkentus is able to... he actually lost that supply depot that was burning down. If he manages to take some nice cost-efficient fights with his tank placement, he might be able to get back into this game. But he has to add on that third base, and that is exactly what he's doing right now. Third base is on the way, but it's not in position to be landed anytime soon. Now Lunkentus is starting to move over though, and the tank count is just so far behind. In the units count, 7 tanks to 3 right here. But he is already sieged up, and that is super important here. Nanawa is losing a lot of these dropped Hellbats right now, but the tank count may just be a bit too high for Nanawa. The Viking count is definitely favoring Lunkentus right here, and it looks like he's going to be able to clean this up, I think. The Marines are dying off, and there's no vision for Nanawa. Of course, with these Vikings, the Raven and the Medivac, Lunkentus has got full vision over this, but Nanawa is getting pushed back here. There's nothing he can do except push with these reinforcements. Look at the supply. It's 149 to 103 right here. Armor supply is 74 to 52, 75 to 51. This is ridiculous. They're so similar there, the work supply and the armor supply. Nanawa is ahead in every single aspect, I feel like I feel right now. So, but still, Lunkentus can take some cost-efficient fights and get back into this. So, we'll see. He's gonna be loading up a medevac right now, going to drop that third base, I think. But this is getting spotted by Nanawa. He knows this is coming, so forces Lunkentus to unload and kill off the Marine first. But anyway, he's gonna have none of that. He's pushing out right now. He's got the +1/+1 finished. And it's going to be ahead on the upgrades just because of that. +2 going to be finishing as well for him before this push hits. Now Nanawa is going to be adding on a 4th base even. He's going to be so far ahead in the income very soon. Now he's pushing into a siege tank line here, which isn't... No, there are no siege tanks going on. They're just standard tanks in tank mode. And Nanawa is pushing through here. Nothing Lunkentus can do. He's got one more tank placed back right here, but I think that's going to be all he's got. And now Nanawa, he's stimming once again. It's pretty low on the health on these, but he doesn't give a shit. He wants to kill off stuff very quickly. So he's stimming around. And is there a tank out? There are 2 tanks out. Nanawa cannot push into that. He's going to start sieging up back here, as I said earlier. This is what Nanawa likes to do, and he's going to start harassing this SCV line. Forcing a pullback, and now income is going to drop from Lunkentus. As you can see, it's dropping to 700, 600, 500. Nanawa is coming in with a couple of more Marines here, cleaning up this tank. There's going to be the GG! Going into the score screen. Alright, nice. That was a pretty cool game. This is what I like about TVT. You can eke out small wins and then eventually just take the game by just doing that. So that is, I like TVT just because of that reason. Once again, my stream has frozen, but I hope it's not frozen for everybody. That would just be ridiculous. Shouldn't be. I don't know. So even though I don't play Terran that much, I do like the TVT matchup. I think it's one of my best non-Protoss matchups. I actually have a 6-4 win ratio in TVT, and my overall win ratio with Terran is 34%. So As you may understand, TVT is really my best matchup. Outside of the Protoss one. With the Protoss, I have like 8-0 versus Zerg, so that's pretty nice. But we're waiting for the next game, and I should probably change the scores. Good idea. So Firkrag going to be up 1-0 right now. If you don't know that, Firkrag is going to be Naniwa in this series. Okay, so it looks like one of them wanted a short break, like 2-minute break, so we're waiting for that for now. And remember that after this, I'm going to be casting the After Hours Gaming League at like 9 PM CET. So in roughly 1 hour. I don't know if you're gonna have time for the finals. Actually, I don't think so, because it's 8 PM right now. I'm going to be casting IBM versus National Instruments. So stay tuned for that if you're interested. Oh. Nice to see. Stream is working properly. Nice to see. We're up to 4 viewers. That's just an insane amount. I think we're all from the tournament. Because 4 viewers, it's not a lot, to be honest. I don't think I'm gonna have time for the finals. This is really sad. Its current score is 1-0 in favor of Firkrag, of course, Naniwa. But unless it takes some 2 quick games here, and then we move into the finals, I don't think we're gonna have time, to be honest. And that's pretty sad, but that's the way it has to be, I think. Oh, Dr. Stupid is actually in our clan. I don't know, I haven't seen him before, so perhaps he's new. Waiting for Alster and Tosai to join the lobby, and after that we are ready to start our second game of this series. Still TVT. I don't think Alster is going to be responding. I think he's away currently, so gonna have to wait for him to drop or something. No, we're all in here, so we're ready to start. Boom. Ready. Countdown. So now, as you can see, we are loading into Vani Research Station. Pretty cool map. It's different from the other maps, you know, except for Secret Spring, but they're pretty similar. But either way, let's start this game off by introducing our players. In the 12 o'clock position, representing Core. Of course he's representing Core. It is Lunkentus. He's our Blue Terran player. And in the 6 o'clock position, our leader of Core. It is Naniwa / Firkrag in the pink color. And this is of course the in-clan tournament, the Core tournament, and we have some pretty high level players here, so it's like Diamond / High Diamond / Master. You know, I know everyone hates that, but it's really true here. High Diamond / Master players. And hang on, gotta change this very quickly. Gameplay, unit life bars, damaged, go. Yes, so much nicer, right? Not having those health bars in the way. But yeah, it's going to be a TVT on the map Valley Research Station, not a huge favorite of mine. You know, I don't like these new maps at all. It's so hard to secure a third base on all of these maps. I don't really like them. But you get a free in-base expansion at least that is very droppable. So in TVT we can definitely see drops take place. But what is Naniwa doing here? Is he going to go for his sneaky proxy barracks? No, he's got the barracks in the base. He's got the refinery as well. So no shenanigans coming out from Naniwa. It just takes a different scouting path, I assume, just to check for a potential 2-racks from Lunkentus. So Lunkentus on the other side of the map is going for a bit later of a barracks. So it should be ahead with one harvester. Yes, it is 14 to 13 right now. So he delays the barracks for a couple of seconds just in favor of one SV. But Lunkentus has learned from that previous game. He does not want to lose another SV once again. So quickly pushes Naniwa out of there. And now Naniwa is going to go for that early Reaper once again. He's up to 50 gas. There we go. There's the Reaper. But Lunkentus is going to have no problems defending this whatsoever. His barracks is going to be a bit delayed compared to the one of Naniwa, but he's already got enough gas, and you know it takes a while for the Reaper to get over here. So he's gonna start a factory first of all, though. He's gonna start a Reaper. Reaper is up to 50 gas. Reaper, there's the Marine. Yes, I was expecting Marine completely. So Naniwa is going to be finishing up his Reaper pretty soon, and he can actually deal some damage with that. You know, a Marine, a Reaper kills a Marine. A Reaper cannot kill 2 Marines, but a Reaper can kill a Marine, back out, get in, kill another Marine, back out, get in, kill another Marine, and stuff like that. So we'll see if Naniwa can do that with his Reaper right now. Still only 1 Marine out. In a couple of seconds, there are going to be 2 out here, though. So we'll see. Naniwa's Reaper is coming up right here. He's going to start dealing damage. Second Marine is about to finish, and there we go. We can't kill two Marines. No can do, sir. So Naniwa getting pushed back. He's just barely escaping right there. A lot faster than those Marines, of course. The Marines have this standard movement speed of 2.25, while Reapers are rocking a 3.75. Boom. So they're pretty fast. Now Naniwa is going to be dropping that command center a bit earlier than Lunkentus. Lunkentus is favoring the tech-heavy route instead, going for this starport currently, and he's probably going to go for some Banshees once again, which is super annoying. As I said, Lunkentus has killed me with Banshees in TVT before. But Naniwa gets in, he scouts this out, so that is nice for him. He doesn't see a tech lab necessarily. We're not even seeing a tech lab. He's not going for Banshees. He's going for that medevac drop with the Hellions, but perhaps? I don't know. Lunkentus is pushing up with 1 Hellion so far. Nothing more than that. So we're waiting to see what his plan is, really. So Naniwa on the back of this, he's got 4 Marines, he's got the reactor there. 1 Hellion being produced as well as in another barrack. So Lunkentus can't really do a whole lot with this 1 Hellion. Nor can he do a whole lot with 2 Hellions. So he's gonna have to deal some damage with this drop instead. But I don't know if he can't really do a whole lot of damage with the drop as well. He's gonna perhaps elevate over here, it looks like it. And he's got the army advantage, that's for sure. But Naniwa has the defender's advantage. He can easily pull SCVs and deal with this, so we'll see what it decides to do. Here we go. First medevac coming in right now. And has this been spotted by Naniwa? Yeah, he knows what's up. He can trade with these Marines before they've all unloaded. That is going to be great for him. So Naniwa pushing this back without a problem, and his overall command is finished a lot earlier. So Naniwa is in a good position right here. Naniwa is in a great position. Income right now 26 to 26, but he can start producing double SCV so much earlier than Lunkentus can. Lunkentus just now dropping his second command center, so it's going to be heavily delayed compared to the one of Naniwa. And now Lunkentus just dropping 3 units here for Naniwa to kill. Another Hellion falls, and this is not looking good at all for Lunkentus. Naniwa is getting a tank, his first tank right now, and having a tank advantage early on in TVT is massive. If you decide to go for some sort of push or anything. But now, as you see, Naniwa is starting to pull ahead in the harvest count, 31 to 28, and he's producing 2 at a time right now. So it's going to be so far ahead very quickly. It's also dropping mules, so going to be a large difference there. And look at this, he knows this. He knows they need to deal some sort of damage to get back into this game. So he's going to be dropping with his medevacs, perhaps with his 2 medevacs. He's got one with a Hellion and 2 Marines in it, and one with 4 Marines, but he's not going to be able to deal damage. Naniwa's units are a bit out of position, sure, but he can easily get over there, and the front is well defended with a couple of Marines and a tank, so I don't think Lungatus can actually do too much about his position. What he needs to do is just try to macro out of it. He can't deal damage to Naniwa's SCV line whatsoever. Lungatus, is he stuck? No, he's not stuck. He's gonna get out of there, no problem, Marino. Engineering Ray has been dropped already from Naniwa. He's going to be ahead in the upgrades. As you can see, his +1 is, you know, about to finish, like 3/4 done, while Lungatus has still not started his engineering bay, I think. Yeah, he does have one. No, there we go. He does have one, but still no upgrades have been started, so Lungatus falling behind in most aspects, unfortunately. So let's see if Naniwa decides to go for some sort of mid-game push, perhaps at the 12-minute mark, where he has had enough time to utilize his income advantage, but, you know, hasn't given Lungatus a chance to get back into the game. Lungatus trying to deal some damage. I think he got like 1 or 2 SVs there, so at least, you know, getting whatever he can get. But now Naniwa, yes, he's going for that push right now. He's starting to muster his forces, and he has lowered the supply depot. That's pretty much it. He isn't really mustering anything, but yeah, there we go. Lungatus finally getting shut down. Oh, does save the medevac there. And this is keeping Naniwa at home, of course. What Lungatus needs is time to get back into this game, so he's trying to buy time by dropping. And Naniwa is not pushing. He is not doing that whatsoever. But as you can see, he is ahead in the supply, so Lungatus, he needs time. Arm supply is 38 to 29, so if Lungatus can hold on, it's going to be just fine. Right now, he is unfortunately supply blocked, and he's not building supply depots. There we go, finally building them, but that's 25 seconds of, oh, 30. You know, supply depots take a bit longer to build. That's 30 seconds of supply block, which is pretty bad in mirror matchups especially. So now Naniwa is going to be pushing out here, and I can't really see Lungatus holding this off. It's going to be really hard for him. Armor supply right now is 48 to 29 rather. So Naniwa is definitely in a nice position. Can easily siege down here, and, you know, start killing off supply depots and potential reinforcing army. So let's see though. Lungatus is out here on the map. He's got the first siege up, and Naniwa, he's getting still a very cost-effective battle here. He's got the upgrade advantage, and he knows it. He's pushing through, and now he's gonna siege up, I think, on the ramp or just below it, and start dealing damage here. Not getting the most cost-efficient trade here. There we go. Yeah, there's the siege up, and it's before the one on Lungatus as well, which is super vital. As he's being pulled, Naniwa pushing through, getting the tank as well, and his tank survives. More as he's being pulled. Worker skill is up 14 right now, and Naniwa, he's just dealing a lot of damage here. In the income tab, we can go back to it. You know, I love it. 52 to 30. You know, even to kill off the combat shield research. So Naniwa, he's just looking to be in a great position. Loses 1 medevac though. You know, every single thing matters. So Lungatus still hasn't he started any upgrades? Yeah, he does have the +1/+1. I must have missed that or something. But yeah, Naniwa keeps on doing damage here. No, no add-ons for you, sir. Now the medevacs finally die, and Naniwa is pushing through still, and is reinforcing with units as well. Lungatus sending out 1 marine, and, you know, it's GG from here on out. Look at supply, it's 109 to 46. Naniwa is pushing in once again, and we have a 2-0 lead for Fear Crack, which is a large deal. Edit this scene, please. Properties, yes. 2-0. Nice. That was a very solid game from Fear Crack. He took an early lead with that early command center, and I think he just utilized every single advantage that he had. Just pushed it. Very nice. There we go. I think that was the invite for the next game. Potentially the last game of this semi-final. We are not in the finals just yet. In the finals, we will have not truly evil, our young aspiring player. I think it's like 16, 17 perhaps. He's almost master. He's been touching master a couple of times, I think. For some reason, we aren't starting the game. I don't know why. All right. We're going to be going into Deadwing. And why aren't we starting the game? There we go. The countdown has begun. And as I said, we're loading into Deadwing. It's going to be a TVT once again. And cross bonds, possibility. A long game, possibility. But we'll see. Of course, these players can't really mix things up. Who knows what they're planning. Naniwa has been playing Terran, I think, for one season. This season only. I don't think he was playing Terran in the previous one. He was a random back then. It was almost Masters with random. But either way, ladies and gentlemen, the third game of the semifinals in the in Clan Core tournament. Representing Core in the bottom left side is our blue Terran player. It is Lunkentus. Of course, we are a Swedish clan. We're keeping it Swedish. And on the top right side, not the real Naniwa, of course. It is Fyrkrag / Naniwa representing Core in the blue, or pink Terran. Okay, sweet. Epic introduction. And we have the cross bonds on Deadwing. We have the potential for a very long TVT. If Lunken does decide to go for mech, as he did in the first game, or he tried mech, didn't really succeed with it, we can definitely see a long game. I do think Naniwa favors the bio tank style, which we've seen from him a couple of times. So, well, we will see what these players have planned out for these games. Naniwa is going for a scout immediately after supply depot, and this tells me he wants to go commands in the first, which he doesn't. As I said, I'm not a Terran player, so I shouldn't be making calls. But yeah, okay, nice. Naniwa is going. I think he's going to go cross spawn immediately, which, cross spawn scout, which isn't standard. I don't think. It's just a waste of time if you don't find your opponent. But fortunately for Naniwa, he's going to be scouting out his opponent immediately here, and that is very nice for him. We have seen some nice SV micro from Naniwa, especially in the first game, where he killed off one SV with his first initial scout. So we'll see what he can do in this game with it. Coming in right now, seeing the SV on the barracks, and he's going for it. One hit. No, now it's just a fight between two SVs, so okay. We're done with that, I think. Naniwa has got the barracks finished up his home. He's got the refinery as well. He's got to start a Reaper up. No Reaper has started from Lunkentus yet. Of course, he hasn't finished that barracks. So that might be why. He's gonna start it though. He's mined a lot of gas and he's gonna lift up. Okay, that was just a small misplay right there. He's going to be starting a Marine, going for the factory just the same way he did in the previous game. So it looks like he wants to go for the same sort of aggression with the drop. And I think it's going to be more effective in this game. There is no safe in-base expansion to take, and Naniwa has to spread himself out a bit more thinly, if he wants... Thinly? Is that a word? A bit more thin? I don't know. A bit thinner. That's the word. Has to stretch out his forces a bit thinner, and to deal with the drop and all the multi-pronged attack and whatever we saw from Lunkentus in the previous game. Now Tech Lab has finished on this barracks. He's gonna lift it up. He's gonna go for the starport right now. There's the starport. So, in this game, he doesn't go for the same thing. He goes for the Banshee instead, but the Reaper is gonna spot it all. This Marine can't deny it. Nope, the Reaper is here, but he isn't spotting the starport. Oh my god, he basically almost died there. But he does spot the starport. He's gonna get an SV as well. This is so nice for Naniwa right now. He's got full knowledge of what is going on. Would be nice for him to see if there's gonna be cloak on the way as well. But dealing with the one SV, and he's getting more kills as well. He has spotted everything, and the work skills up to 4 right now. He's gonna lose the Reaper though, but he definitely paid for himself there with that Reaper. Now Naniwa, what's he gonna do in reaction to this? He's adding on 2 more barracks, just to get out units, I assume. He knows Lunkitus wants to be aggressive with this, so he's gonna get out the barracks. But he needs an engineer bay as well, I feel, to get detection up with turrets and stuff like that. So we'll see what he decides to do. Of course, there is quite a while left until that Banshee makes it out across the map. Naniwa finishes up his expansion, going to be upgrading that into an orbital as soon as possible. And still no engineering bay from Naniwa, which I would love to see an engineering bay, that's all I'm saying. Because Banshees, sure, you have scan, but you don't want to deal with those, with Banshees with scans. Is there going to be an engineering bay? There's the engineering bay. Yes. Okay, so the Banshee is halfway done, a bit more. So it is going to be done in time. That engineering bay is going to be no problem for Naniwa to get turrets up in time. Helen getting in here, getting pushed back by these Marines. But look at this, Naniwa has got the upper hand in the economy once again, so if Lunkitus doesn't deal damage with this push, Naniwa is going to be in a fantastic position. Lunkitus still hasn't dropped his second command center. He's gonna get the SV. Oh, he gets it. That was a sick pick off there for Naniwa, and Lunkitus has to send down a second one if he wants to start that command center. Already, look at the income tab right now, 28,000 to 19 right now, so Naniwa looking to be in a nice position if he can hold off this push cost effectively, which I think he's going to have no problem doing whatsoever. Adding on a turret right now, should add on a second one, there we go, that is wonderful to see. And Naniwa, he plays it safe right now. He knows he's super far ahead in the economy. He can waste a couple of minerals on a few extra turrets just to stay alive. So this turret is going to be finishing right on time. Naniwa, he knows what's up. He's got his timings nailed down. So now Lunkitus, he has started that command center, but is so far behind. Fortunately for Lunkitus, Naniwa is supply blocked currently. Oh my god, Widowmine shot even almost gone. Wait! The Widowmine shot went off, and I think the Banshee cloaked right on time to survive that. That was pretty cool, because when you cloak, the Widowmine doesn't deal its full damage, you know. So that was pretty nice. Nice move there from Lunkitus. But there's no turret in the mineral line, unfortunately for Naniwa, which, of course he can't scan, and this Banshee is running out of energy pretty soon. But, you know, we should really invest into a second turret right there. Not that large of an investment, 100 minerals roughly. Now the Banshee has to get out of there. It's run out of energy, and the Marines are not moving currently. There we go, there's the turret finally. But it's a bit out of position. I would love to see that turret right there instead. No stim has finished from Naniwa, so we can't actually chase this down very easily. Now look at this, he's finally getting a bit of damage down with this Banshee, but I don't think it's going to be enough whatsoever. The SV count is 33 to 25, and Naniwa is far ahead. I think he's ahead in the production capability as well. He's got the one factory at home with the tech lab, but so does Lunkitus. But look at the barracks difference. Lunkitus is not going for the mech style, I don't think. So Naniwa is definitely ahead in the production tab, in the production capability with one barracks right now. Naniwa is supply blocked, and it's been supply blocked for quite a substantial amount of time in this game. There we go, a turret that is nicely placed is finally coming up. But of course Lunkitus forced Naniwa to build a lot of turrets. As I said, he does have the economy advantage, and he can afford to build turrets, but nice of Lunkitus to force that as well. Now Lunkitus, he does have the one tank brought up here, and there's still no tank I think out from Naniwa, so if he gets each up in a nice position, these Marines are going to be super juicy. There we go, first nice tank shot is coming up. And oh my god, a lot of Marines are actually falling to this. Naniwa has to control very properly right here. If he runs too far forward to kill off that Banshee, he's gonna take a lot of damage. There we go, tank, nope, not quite. The bunker does fall though, second tank has joined the fray. But Naniwa has got a tank of his own out right now. And if he can get into good position, they can actually kill off this push right now. Now Naniwa is pulling SVs right now. Going in with the drop. Pretty cool play there from Naniwa. I don't know if it was technically worth it. He lost so many SVs in that. 21 works have actually been killed. And in the harvesting tab, look at this, is now ahead. So that was a very nice push for him there. But I don't think Naniwa had to drop those Marines. I I think it honestly would have been better for him to push with the Marines from like the back or something, drop him off here. Alster, I don't know what you mean with that. Do you mean like, wow, that was such a sick move from Naniwa? Or do you mean like, wow, that was such a sick move from Lunkentus? No one knows. So we'll see. If he watches the stream, he might reply. Banshee does fall right there, so that was nice from Naniwa. But as I said, he is far behind right now in the economy. So he's going to start dealing some damage of his own. There are no turrets up from Lunkentus right now, so Naniwa has got the potential to deal some damage with this double push, or double drop rather. Oh, Lunkentus going for a drop of his own, and this is so good for Naniwa. This is so good. There are no units here to defend whatsoever, and this is why drops are so good in TVT nowadays. Jesus Christ, this is going to be ridiculous. Naniwa is going to deal a lot of damage here. He's going to be denying combat shield once again, just the same way he did in the previous game. And Naniwa's got the watchtower right here. He does spot these units right now. Is he moving? Is he reacting? He's not reacting. Siege the tank. Oh, nice Widowmine connection. Not killing off anything though. Siege the tank, siege the tank. Marines are here in position. He's pulled SCVs as well. This is going to get shut down very quickly by Naniwa. But Naniwa still hot. He's got the drop going on in the main base. And yeah, it's looking very nice here for Naniwa. Gonna get the tank as well. Now Marines are finally reinforcing this and are able to push this back, I think. But barracks and factories are going to fall. And there's going to be the GG from Lunkentus. Lost the game. 3-0. That was super quick. I don't know if Lunkentus was as far behind as he thought he was. You know, he dropped a bit in the production, sure, but he didn't lose too many SVs, I don't think. Works active. He didn't lose too many SVs in that, so... Okay. Cool. 3-0. Let's change this once again. So Fearcrack takes that serious, and we're going to be going into the finals right now. And I do think the hype is real. I don't know if Not Truly Evil is online. Ludwig, can you log in please? So we can start the finals. I don't know if I'm gonna have time to cast the entire finals. Probably not. Gonna have to change over to the American server at like 10 to 9 p.m. to cast the After Hours Gaming League there, unfortunately. But I'm gonna do as much as I can with this. Oh. Okay, let's see if Not Truly Evil is online. He is not, I don't think. So we're delaying this a bit more. I don't know why he's not online. He was commenting in my stream and everything. Where is he? Okay, he's coming online right now. We told him on Skype, so he's about to log in, I think, to StarCraft 2. He's online indeed, and I think we're ready to set up the game. So we are in the lobby and we have another TVT coming up. I'm gonna try to do my best commentating TVT. Oh my god, Tosai. Thank you, babe. I'm going to try to do my best in the TVT, but I haven't played that much TVT, so I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try that. Yeah, people commented on our Skype group saying that Nanawa built too many turrets, and that may be true actually. He did invest a bit too heavily into those. So let's change the name here. Not truly evil. And this current score is 0-0. We have the final right now. Might only make like one game onto the stream. I have to leave pretty soon. So here we are, loading into Overgrowth with Naniwa, not truly evil. Countdown has finished. Let's change in the overlay to the game overlay. No, that might be good to have. Alright, we are in the first game of the finals in the In-Clan Court tournament, which I have been eliminated from a long time ago. So this is going to be a best of 5 indeed, and the current score is 0-0. So let's start it off by introducing our players. In the top right side, our blue Terran player, representing Cole, it is not truly evil. And then in the bottom of the left side, also representing Core, it is Naniwa, our blue Terran player. And these guys have played each other for a long time. Naniwa was kind of started Core from day one. He's been in Core, and not truly evil. I think he joined pretty quickly. I think it's been in for a long time, longer than I have at least. And these guys have played each other for many times. Not truly evil is like 16, 17, doing really well in Diamond with this Terran. Playing Protoss against this Terran is awful, and he's going for those 2 base pushes with the SCVs, and I can never hold him. But either way, Naniwa is going to be going out with a scout immediately off supply depot, something he's done in every single game, I think, versus Lunkentus. And he's going to try to harass with it once again, I do think. Not really able, going for gas first, which tells me he wants to go pretty tech heavy, which is standard in TVT. It's been for a long time, so we will see what these players decide to do. Naniwa going for that refinery as well, so he's going to go for the Reaper, which has been done every game as well. These guys playing it very standard here. And now as a time for harassment, this SCV in the first game kill off another SCV right with the scouting. So we'll see. It's gonna deal damage. No, just patrolling back and forth here. And now Not Truly Evil is pulling out an SCV to push this back. It's Not Truly Evil going with a scout of his own, but not a whole lot to see really. The Reaper is coming out, and what is no, the Reaper's not coming out. There's a Marine there. I don't know why I was expecting a Reaper to come out because it's done it in every single game, but it's going for a Marine, not a Reaper. Not Truly Evil is going to be dropping out at factory as well right now, so we're going to see a factory from Naniwa, probably not this early. He hasn't minded as much gas as Not Truly Evil has, so the factory is going to be a bit delayed for Naniwa compared to the one of Not Truly Evil. But now he's going for that Reaper after the first Marine, so that is pretty cool. He wants to get some scouting info, I guess. A bit later than, there's not really a whole lot to see with your first initial Reaper. So it's going to delay that a bit just to get the first Marine out to be safe. So now factory is going down for Naniwa. And as I said, it is a bit later than the ones of Not Truly Evil. It has already finished for Not Truly Evil. I don't know, it's so hard to say Not Truly Evil very quickly. Not Truly Evil. Not Truly Evil. Okay, I'm going to try my best. But now, Not Truly Evil is going for a lot of Reapers here. It's producing one more right now. It's already got one out on the map. And it's producing a Hellion off of his off of his factory as well. So he might want to go for some sort of push here. It looks like he wants to be a bit aggressive with this nonetheless. Now Naniwa is dropping down at command center right now, so Naniwa doesn't have too much at home to defend this. He does have the factory and is getting a stopwood right now, but he isn't producing anything off of his factory right now. And Hellions deal a lot of damage to light units, such as the Marines, for example, so Holding this up with pure Marines is going to be difficult. Another Hellion, another Reaper, and another Marine reinforcing this army from Natural Evil. And, you know, if Naniwa does hold on, he's going to be in a nice position with the command center being a bit earlier and, you know, all that sort of shenanigans. But so far, it doesn't look like he's doing the best job of holding off this push. He's getting the reactor on the factory. He's going pretty heavy on the take, to be honest. And he's playing this out a bit greedy. So we'll see if Natural Evil can punish this from Naniwa. So far, he has cancelled or not cancelled. He has halted the production of the command center at the low ground. And now Natural Evil is coming in once again with more Hellions. And oh, this is not looking good for Naniwa, to be honest. One Hellion is going to fall, messing up the micro there just a bit. But SCVs have joined this as well. They're going to start repairing these Hellions and themselves, apparently. This is a sick push from Natural Evil. He's doing a lot of damage here. Of course, Naniwa is going to be ahead a bit in the... He's actually not ahead right now in the SV count, which is pretty surprising to me. Natural Evil, it doesn't look like he's cut too many corners to make this happen, except for denying or for delaying the command center. But now he's just dealing a lot of damage with this. Naniwa is getting 2 Hellions out right now. I would actually love to see Widow Mines, because they can deal indefinite damage. Infinite damage might be the better word for it. But either way, Natural Evil is still in the main base, killing off add-ons right here for Naniwa. And now only 1 Hellion at a time can be produced. Only 1 Marine in just a couple of seconds. So Natural Evil dealing a lot of damage here. He's also killed a couple of SVs. 3 so far, but now he's moving into the mineral line. Gonna kill a whole lot more. Oh my god, this is not looking good for Naniwa whatsoever. He crushed Lunkentus in that previous TVT. But as you see, Natural Evil is on a different level in the TVT matchup. And I think this is going to be game, to be honest. Natural Evil, he wants me to be able to cast the entire final. He's gonna go for some short games right here. And there's going to be the GG. And first game goes to Ludwig. Or Natural Evil. So let's change this, shall we? Let's change the score. 1. Sweet. So, a very cool first game. I haven't written that push. I don't play too much versus Natural Evil, especially not when I'm playing Terran. So, a pretty cool push, to be honest. I haven't seen that too much. And it was surprisingly strong. I suppose Naniwa was playing it a bit greedy, but still a very nice push. It's currently 8:30 right now. I have to leave pretty soon, to be honest. We might be able to squeeze in 1 more game, but after that I'm probably going to have to leave. So let's see. Naniwa is setting up the lobby right now. Of course, he's the loser, so he's selecting the map. And the map's going to be Deadwing. So he does not want me to cast the entire finals. He wants to go for some long games on large maps. There we go. I think we're all ready. I don't know if more people are going to join. I don't think so. Naniwa starting the countdown. Currently we're up to 9 viewers, which is pretty insane. We were like 4 before. And now I think with more people getting eliminated in the tournament, we are starting to rack up the viewers. So here we go. Deadwing, we've seen this multiple times. I'm pretty neutral in, you know, what I think about Deadwing. Pretty alright map, but not a favorite of mine. But either way, let's start this game off by introducing our players. In the top left side, representing Core, it is our founder of this wonderful clan. It is Naniwa. Not a real Naniwa, of course. His name is Patrick, and his standard name is kind of Fyrkrag. So, either way, in the bottom right side, our red young Terran player, representing Core as well. It is not truly evil. So it's kind of nice, you know. He's not truly evil. It's, you know. Either way, Naniwa going to be starting us off with a supply depot at the ramp, and so is not truly evil. Not truly evil likes to go for he likes to mix things up a bit from time to time with the proxy stuff. But not going to be doing that on this map, I think, because it's a 4-player map. So what can he do really? Not too much. But Nanoa knows this, of course. So he was actually the one who told me this. Natural Evil, when he's up 1-0, which is right now, he likes to go for like a proxy, but 2 racks or something in the second game. But as I said, he can't do that on this map. Refinery going down for Nanoa right now, as well as a barracks. No refinery from Natural Evil. He's gonna send out a scout. Still no refinery. He's gonna go command center, perhaps immediately after barracks, which is pretty what's it called? Unorthodox. I think that's something. I don't know what it means, but I think it means like not standard. So we're gonna go with that. And it's not standard. I don't think so. And we'll see if Natural Evil decides to do that. Nanoa, though, he's going to be going for that Reaper. Most likely, he didn't do it in the previous game, but he's most likely going to be doing that in this game, just because it allows him to scout so much quicker on this large map. As I said earlier, Reapers are pretty fast. They have a movement speed of 3.75 compared to the 2.81 of SCVs. So they're a bit faster, and they can also jump up and down stuff, which is pretty cool. Now, Natural Evil, he is walling himself up. He doesn't want Nanoa to spot that he's going gasless, so... but it is pretty cool style. We'll see what Natural Evil decides to do. He's going to drop that command center now, I think. Hidden far away from the ramp, of course. He doesn't want that to get spotted anytime soon. Nanoa, he probably saw that there were 2 Marines up there, and he saw that that probably tells him there is no Reaper out on the map, so... he can feel pretty safe for some time, but of course he doesn't know if there's going to be a huge explosion of barracks or anything coming out of Truly Evil. But now Natural Evil is coming in here. It's going to spot the command center going down. And this is actually pretty good for Natural Evil, because he's got his command center coming down a bit earlier, of course. If Nanoa decides to macro, Natural Evil is already going to be ahead right there. Unless he takes damage from this Reaper, of course, or from these Reapers. There are 2 of them right now up on the map. Now Natural Evil is adding on a second barracks, which is basically the only thing he can build. He's now got double gas, so he's going to be starting to mine a lot of gas very quickly right now. Only 2 of them right in there right now, and Huck actually told me this on his stream. Having two workers on the geysers, you know, it doesn't give you like 60%, it gives you almost 80%. So one might think that 1 worker gives you like 30, and then you get 60, and then you get like 90 or something. 33, 66, 99, but that's not actually the case. You get almost 80% of mining with 2 workers in the geysers, so that's pretty cool. Getting that last 20% is quite costly. Costs you 2 SVs if you want to go for both geysers. But either way, Nanoa does spot the command center transforming into an orbital command, and Nanoa has already landed his, so we'll see if Natural Evil decides to land it here or something, which would be kind of weird. He's gonna float it over here instead to the standard natural location. So now Natural Evil still only on barracks tech. Hasn't dropped a factory just yet, but it looks like he wants to drop something up here perhaps. Still only with 2 workers in the geysers, so not mining as much gas as he potentially can, so we'll see. It's up to 63 gas right now. It's gonna take him a while to get up to 100 for that factory. So Nanoa does actually look to be in a very nice position here. He's ahead on tech, and he is actually that far behind in the command center timing as I thought he was going to be, so he's actually doing this pretty nicely right now. If you go to the income tab, we can actually have a look at the amount of harvesters, and it's 27 to 28, and Nanoa is just mining a whole lot more. I think that's due to mules mainly or something. I don't know what he's doing, but they're all pretty even right now. Nanoa going for that bench right now with the cloak, and this has the potential to deal quite a bit of damage. But there is an engineer bay out already, so the turrets can definitely come up if Natural Evil spots this. And yeah, he's going to be dropping that turret upon spotting the Banshee with his scan. So the turret's going down immediately. Very nice for Natural Evil, already deflecting some potential economic damage. And what? This is so sick. What is this even? Is he gonna leave that turret there until he spots the Banshee and then go finish it or something? Oh, so hyped. Oh yes, he mined a couple of extra minerals. And now it's gonna finish the turret. So sick. I don't know if that even matters, but still so sick. Now Nanawa is moving in with this Banshee, but there is a turret in the mineral line right here. But of course it can start to deal some damage to the supply depot. Might force a scan or something. Always stim from these marines. Stim not done though, so I don't know. Let's see. He's picking up a kill of 1 SV so far. Gonna get a couple of marines as well. They do have combat shields. It takes them 2 shots or 3 shots rather to die. And now not really evil. He's gonna push, or he's gonna try to cut off the Banshee or something. Where is he going? He knows where his opponent is. I don't know where he's going. Either way, the Banshee has forced a slight delay in mining here from not really evil. Oh, that was so sick. 2 HP remaining on that Banshee. I think it was just trying to avoid the watchtowers. Yeah, that makes sense. So the Banshee does get out. Just barely. 7 kills on that son of a Banshee. And not really evil. Can he intercept it? Oh, he's gonna get it. Please, please. No. Oh my god, it didn't react to it. Oh my god. It floated right above it. But unfortunately, he was on the move command. Oh, he does get it in the end though, so it doesn't matter. But now Nanawa is moving out with a drop right now. Getting spotted by not really evil though. And the stim is about to finish. He might be able to catch this. He doesn't have stim just yet, so not gonna be able to shut that down very quickly. I don't actually know who is ahead right now. Not really evil. He's got a weird base layout here, that's for sure. But he's starting to produce tanks as well. Nanawa, he's a bit behind in this. He's a bit ahead in this tank production, just as I said. And not really evil. As I said, he's been behind in tech for basically the entire game due to delaying his gas very early on. So Nanawa's just been in a decent position all throughout this game. And I don't think Darn and Medevac's even out for not really evil. No, he's just been really far behind, to be honest, in the tech. But in the armor supply, he is still doing fairly well for himself. He's actually ahead by 7 supply right now. And now he's going to start to add on turrets. He doesn't want to take damage from these drops. So, starting to add on turrets. Very nice for him. But there we go. Nanawa is moving in right now, and he has potential to do some damage with this. There's a tank in position, but it's not quite in a good position. Just barely out of range to kill these marines. And not really evil is forced to pull back once again. Gets 1 supply depot, and now he's gonna get out of here. I assume. Yes, he is. Can't boost though, we wasted that, but it doesn't matter. He's gonna get out, no problem, Reno. Not really evil, loading up 2 medevacs of his own. He's gonna go for a double drop. Looks like it. Yes, he is sending those out right now. What is he doing? Trying to cut off the medevac, perhaps? I don't know, something was up. But now Nanawa has got a huge force coming out. And if you go to the units count, you can see that 2 tanks to 5 currently. So Nanawa is far ahead in the tank count. But marine count, not really evil, definitely ahead. Chef 2K in the chat, chanting out his love for Fyrkrag / Nanawa. So nice to see. I want to see some more people joining in on the chat. But either way, a nice engagement here for Fyrkrag. But not really evil manages to load up and save a couple of his units here. But he's getting caught in the middle of the map. And with these tanks, Nanawa's got a huge advantage in this upcoming battle. But if not really even can catch him before he sieges, that might be good for him. He's coming in here with a nice concave. Nanawa is sieging, but I think not really evil has got the marine advantage. And he's gonna push through this without a problem. Nanawa just sieged way too late in that engagement. And not really evil having the advantage in the marine count pushes this back without a problem. They're very even on the upgrades, but Nanawa is going to be ahead on that 2-2 timing by just a couple of seconds. Now not really evil, he's had enough of this shit. He's gonna start pushing up here, but there's a tank on the high ground. Not really evil spots it, I think, so he's gonna start to fall back, perhaps? I don't know, Nanawa's out for blood here. Not quite able to kill anything though. So we're back at the income tab. They're still very even in the harvest count. I would love to see a 3rd base from Not Really Evil, since Nanawa is starting to secure his one right now. If Not Really Evil wants to stay even on that income, he has to get it up fairly soon. And he also has to start tank production for reals, because he's been far behind this entire game. But he's trying to go for double drop. There are turrets in position, but he can boost past them technically. He's gonna do just that. Starts to unload, and 1 medevac falls before unloading all of his load. So Now Natural Evil is starting to deal some damage in the main base. It's also coming in with a drop at the natural, so this is looking very nice for Natural Evil. A turret is in position here as well, but he might be able to unload it before it dies, basically. And yes, Natural Evil is now starting to wreck this mineral line. Medivacs are here to heal, but not quite enough. And now Natural Evil is just killing a lot of work stays. Killed 15 so far in this game compared to the 10 from Naniwa. So back to the income tab. Is now ahead by 11 harvesters, so a very nice engagement there for Natural Evil with those drops. But as I said earlier, Naniwa has the third base timing upper hand, I think. It's a lot earlier for him, so if he manages to hold on and starts to saturate this, he's definitely going to be in a wonderful position. So Natural Evil, he's got a couple of units scattered across the map, but not a whole lot more than that. He's starting to secure his own third base, and where's this command center going? Not over here, right? I don't know where it's going. It's gonna go over here? Nope. We don't know. We'll see where it decides to go. It's gonna stay here for now and enjoy the view or something. I don't know. Nanawa is pushing out right now. He's got a classical tank marine force right here. So let's see if it starts to push with it. Not really, even though he's dealing some damage in the natural. It's gonna start to focus down. I don't like this. Well, this starts to burn, but I think Nano is gonna repair it. Oh, he's gonna get it! He dealt so much damage with those +2 marines. Oh my god, he killed off the natural. This is a huge advantage for him if he can hold on at home. Nano is going for a huge push. Armor supply is 94 to 61, and we'll see if he can hold on against this. His tanks are of course already sieged up, and as I said in the previous series, TVT is all about that position. And this is a pretty nice position for Not Relieved. It's getting some nice tank shots off, but now Nanawa is starting to siege up. And it's gonna come in here with the medevac and start dropping. So is Not Relieved doing on these tanks as well. He's pulling SVs right now. Oh, but this is not looking good for Not Relieved. He's starting to clean this up, but he's lost a lot of SVs in doing that. 34 have fallen so far in this game, and it's losing a couple of more right now. Nanawa is also hitting this third base right now. But remember, Not Relieved is on 3 bases, so he's got the potential to produce a lot of SCVs. Nanawa does not have that same potential. He still hasn't added on his natural once again. I don't think he realized it died even. So Not Relieved is starting to drop units right now, starting to stabilize once again. It's gonna kill Medic. Please kill Medic. Oh yes, that was almost full. Nice for Not Relieved there to kill that off. So the clock is currently 8:46 CET, and I probably have to leave in a matter of minutes. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to end the cast pretty soon, but we're going to After Hours Gaming League instead, which is a lot of fun. So we'll see if these boys want to delay their games or if they want to play it out without having it streamed. Nanawa is pushing right now once again though, so he can deal some damage since Not Relieved is completely out of position, and if Nanawa gets in here before Not Relieved gets into his base, that's going to be a pretty large deal. Yeah, no Chef 2K. I'm gonna ask the players if they want to delay their games till like when I'm done with After Hours Gaming League, but unfortunately that's prioritized over this. Not Relieved is moving in here right now, and he's gonna start his Doom drop, but I think Nanawa can deal with this. But he's rallying all of his units across the map. That is not good for him. But this is turning into a full-on base trade right here. And unfortunately for us, that means that this game is going to end pretty soon. So I'm gonna have to talk to these players after the game. But Nanawa is dealing a lot of damage right here. I don't actually know who is ahead. Let's bring up the structures tab. I think that's more important right now when we're in the base trade scenario. Nanawa has got the command center about to finish up right here. So if he can hide that and fly to the corner, that would be very nice for him. But so is Not Relieved doing. He is pulling out his third command center and is running with his SCVs. Nanawa doesn't actually have a lot of forces remaining, but neither does Not Relieved. Pretty even in armor supply. Nanawa is definitely ahead. So yeah, I think Nanawa can actually defend his main base, and Not Relieved cannot. So Not Relieved is starting to mine though once again. So if he can start adding on supply depots once again, which he needs to, and perhaps barracks, he you know, might be able to pull back into this game. But I don't think he's going to be able to. Nanawa has got the advantage in the armor supply. Oh, gets one medevac right there. Pretty huge pickup. Nanawa steaming down once again, and I don't know if he spotted that base. He hasn't spotted this, but I think he knows there is something over there. Yeah, there we go. It's gonna start dropping over there, and that's going to be game, I think. Not Relieved can't make anything happen up here. Well, he's getting a pretty decent trade actually. with those tanks and marines. So now the command center is being lifted, but these marines are on 2-2. I think, yeah, they can deal a lot of damage to this command center. I think it is going to die before Notre Evil can save it. Notre Evil landed in here in the main base and some way somehow broke this defense of Naniwa. Naniwa is pulling back. He's pulling back most of his forces, but not quite all of it. Notre Evil starting up a base over here, so it's not going to be revealed anytime soon. Oh my god, this is so crazy. It looked like Naniwa was in a fantastic position, but if Notre Evil can siege up in the main base of Naniwa, it's going to be really hard for Naniwa to secure his main base once again. So command center being floated out of here for Naniwa as well. This one is unfortunately going to die to these marines. Now if we can get on top of these tanks, actually one of them falls right there. But all of the SCVs are going to die, so Naniwa is going to be spotting this with one marine. One of them, boop, one of the command centers is going to be spotted. Second one though goes unspotted for now. Now Naniwa he's got the larger force right here. I would suggest like loading up, unloading here something, and then moving in with a couple of units from the ramp as well. He is pretty low on HP though, he's stimmed quite a bit, so he needs to stay there and heal up for now. I think he needs to move in as soon as these tanks are exposed, which if Notre Evil decides to push in a bit further, they are going to be very soon, or as soon as they siege, on siege rather. And yeah, I think this is like Naniwa should just go now. I'll load here on top of these tanks and just finish the game. But now, nope, not now. Notre Evil is pulling back with his marines. So Notre Evil probably knows that Naniwa is out here. And now he certainly does, at least. Killed off a marine there. And this is so weird. The game is still not over. And it's now 8:50. Supposed to start casting at 9, so let's stay for a couple of more minutes, see if this game ends. But they're both mining right now. We may have like a restart completely from like 0. But if Naniwa kills this off, I think that's going to be game, to be honest. Yeah, it's gonna be unloading here, and Notre Evil has no idea this is going on. Oh, one tank is going to die though. There we go, Marines are steaming in right now. And Naniwa has got a couple of more units even in these medevacs. So there we go. I think that's going to be game. Notre Evil is staying in this. It's getting a planetary fortress right now. But unfortunately I can't stay in this game any longer. So I gotta leave. Yeah, let's just GLHF it out. Let's go to the score screen. I hope I didn't end the game because I was a referee. I'm really sorry, but I have to do this. I have to cast After Hours Gaming League. That's just the way it's going to be. So I'm sorry about that. But fortunately, I got some work to do. I'm sorry it had to end like this. But please do stick around if you're in for some After Hours Gaming League. It was my pleasure, Chef 2K. So we're doing it in English though. Jag vill prata svenska liksom. So yeah, I'm going to be casting IBM versus National Instruments, which I think is going to be a pretty high level After Hours Gaming League, so we can have some diamonds in there as well, so if you want to stick around for that, that would be fantastic. So it looks like we're all set up with After Hours Gaming League right now. I don't know. It looks like the teams over in After Hours Gaming League are casting their own games. Oh, perhaps not. Okay, so let's change the overlay to the After Hours Gaming League one. Kind of newbie one that I'm using. Get rid of some stuff here. Oh, that's the one. Sweet. Shit, that has to be changed. They're so large. Holy shit. Okay, After Hours Gaming, there we go. After Hours Gaming, blah 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 blah. YouTube stuff. And yeah, we don't want that. That's what we want. Can use that one if you want to be cute. Can use this one if you want to be cute. Can use that one if you want to be cute. Can get rid of that one. Okay, nice. Hope the overlay looks decent. Shit. Okay. Yeah, it looks like we're about to get started with After Hours Gaming League, so. Yeah, we have some decent players in IBM and National Instruments. Diamonds, platinums, golds, pretty alright. We basically see all the level of players, you know. Everything from bronze to, I think, high diamond. High diamond has been seen in the After Hours Gaming League. Let's just join a preloader first. Since I'm now on the American server, we're going to have perhaps a bit of, you know, small lag spikes. Definitely a possibility. Looks like people are joining once again. So sorry I had to interrupt the other clan tournament, but after our Scheme League is prioritized. Prioritized. So yeah, we might get a couple of stalls, you know, which we usually gets cross-server. So. Alright, we have to perhaps turn on a delay. Right, I have to talk to you guys. If they want like a 2-minute delay or something, that's pretty standard. We might not. It doesn't look like they want a delay. People are tuning in. Nice. We're up to 8 viewers. Boom. Sick already. Does that look better? I don't know. Okay, cool. We are in the lobby, about to join. The first game is going to be on Inferno Pools. And, I don't know who's actually playing. We have a lot of players in here, and still I don't think we have settled who is going to be playing who. But what is, of course, for sure is that we have IBM versus National Instruments. It looks like we're going to have 2 platinum players duking it out, which is pretty nice. Usually on After Hours Gaming League, there's a lot of variety in skill, and doesn't end in great games usually. But at least if they are evenly matched, we can have some pretty nice games. But it looks like one of our platinum players was actually Masters previous season, so he's been in Master 3 times. Okay, cool. We're up to 9 viewers. Oh yeah. Hope everyone is hyped up for After Hours Gaming League. ZVC. Oh my god, I think that's my worst matchup to cast. I'm gonna give it a shot. And hopefully, we're not going to be lagging too heavily in this first game. CVC can usually be a bit laggy with all these Zerglings and stuff running around. But, and since we are cross-server, we might get a couple of spikes. But, you know, bear with me on those. It's probably going to improve into the second and third game. Also, let me know how sound is as soon as we get into the game. That would be nice. Here we are, joining the first game of the night. It's going to be National Instruments versus IBM. And it's going to be on Inferno Pools. There we go. Our players are loading in. As you see, they are both platinum, so they're going to be decently even matched, even though I think Banjo Island has been in Masters before. Oh my god, what happened to the creep? Oh my god. Hang on. Let's change some stuff here. I don't know, let's just change. Let's set it to low for a second. And then change it back. You know, it's not supposed to be like that. There we go. There's the creep that we all know and love. Players, ladies and gentlemen, let's start this game off by introducing our players. In the top right side, representing National Instruments, is Banjo Island, our blue Zerg player. And in the top left side, our red Zerg player, representing IBM, it is Variance. I'm sorry, Chef 2K in chat, you were only here for core for the in-clan tournament, I understand. But, you know, please stick around if you want to for the After Hours Gaming League. But yeah, CVC on the map Inferno Pools, and we have close by ground. This has the potential to be a crazy CVC. You know, we can see a lot of bling bling styles very early on in the game, but we'll see what we do. We'll see what we see. Either way, Variance is going for a drone scout first of all, and you know, in CVC that's not the most normal thing to see. It's a bit strange to go for drone count or drone scout, but looks like Variance wants to play it out a bit safe. Banjo Island, as I said, he's been in Masters before. He goes for that hatchery first, 15 hatch. And Variance doing the same thing on the other side of the map. Neither one of them has dropped a spawning pool, so currently it does look like they're going for some heavy macro play. There is the spawning pool coming down from Banjo Island right now, nothing strange whatsoever. But he hasn't dropped the gas right now, which means that he probably doesn't want to be aggressive, you know, whatsoever. But Variance is going for that gas a bit earlier, so it's going to have an early metabolic boost, the potential for an earlier baning nest as well. But we'll see what these players decide to do. There's the gas right now coming down from Banjo Island, so it's not going to be far behind on the metabolic boost, on the baning nest, on the roaches, etc, etc. Banjo Island spamming away freely here. Let's have a look at the APM just for funsies. Banjo Island up to 400 there for a second, which is just I think that's what life averages in a game, which is insane. I average like 130 perhaps in diamond, so 400 is just insane. But Banjo Island is mining with 3 workers right there, and there are 3 workers on gas as well for Orion, so a slight difference in gas here, but nothing major at all. Banjo Island is gonna have double queen a bit earlier, a tad bit earlier, but these players are so even right now, nothing really matters, you know, just these small things, none of them matter really. Metabolic boost is going down right now for Banjo, or for Variance rather. Banjo Island starting here as well. He's gonna keep 1 drone or 2 drones on gas, so this gives him a small buffer to play around with once he gets to banelings and roaches, but so far not making a large difference. Perhaps a small difference in the income there, in the mineral income. But now Banjo Island getting up his queens, and so is Variance doing. Variance got a couple of Zerglings out on the map. These are probably going to be used for scouting. There we go, getting out on the map, but trying to shut down the scouting of Banjo Island. Is going to be able to, I think so. It's gonna get the, oh, it's gonna get Zergling. Not quite. Zergling just barely gets in there. He sees the wiggling on the spawning pool. He sees the metabolic boost research coming down. So Banjo Island getting a full scout off with just 1 Zergling. Now Banjo Island is going to be starting a baning nest on the back of this. Whether or not this is going to be for aggression or just, you know, standard defense, we're going to see. There's no baning nest for Variance right now. He's droning pretty heavily, 10 drones right now. So if Banjo Island decides to be aggressive, it may work out very well for him. Producing quite a lot of Zerglings right now. He's adding on 14 more. Yes, he definitely wants to be aggressive very soon right now. The baning nest is finishing up, so he can start moving across the map almost immediately right now. Extractor coming down from Variance as well, so but still no baning nest. This risky play from Variance. He's going very heavy on the drones, and sure, it's gonna pay off, you know, in the long run. But Banjo Island has the potential to deal a lot of damage with these Zerglings. Roach Warren finally coming down for Variance, but it's a bit too late. Banjo Island is already on the move right here, morphing in 5 banings right now, and a lot of Zerglings are streaming in. He is starting to drone on the back of this though, so This is not an all-in in any way. He just wants to deal some damage with this. Just a slight bit of damage. But Variance is doing a nice job of holding this off. He's blocking very nicely with his queens right here, but a couple of queens have fallen, and he's taking a bit too much damage here. Drones are being pulled right now, and drones versus Zerglings is never going to be a favorable engagement for the drone player. So there we go, a couple of drones fall there, a couple of drones fall at the expansion, and 16 workers in total have fallen in this engagement. So looking pretty bad right now for Variance. Banjo Island definitely dealing enough damage with this push. Now Variance, he has to utilize every single advantage he's got right now, and that is the roach advantage. He's got 6 roaches on the way, and he has to deal damage, or else it's going to be even further behind. So 29 to 20 harvesters right now, and you know, Banjo Island, he needs to stay safe. He knows this. He dealt enough damage, so he needs to be safe now. He can't take damage of his own. So he's starting up Banelings and Zerglings just to be defensive with, while on the same time droning as well. So Variance is not pushing with these roaches. I would love to see him at least try to deal some damage with the roaches, because he needs to deal damage. He's still behind in the drone count pretty heavily, 10 drones right now, and he's just starting to saturate his main base once again. So Variance in a tough position right now. He's got the roach advantage with the tech advantage right there, but if he's not utilizing his roaches, he's going to allow Banjo Island to get back in the tech as well. Now Banjo Island is actually going for a 3rd base right now, and if this goes up, Variance is going to be a tough spot. He is pretty far ahead in the arm supply. No, not anymore. 20 or 40 more Zerglings being produced. So, Variance, he's even on supply, but the drone count really makes it. Drone count doesn't matter. He just droned super heavily. I must have missed that or something, because he's back on track with the drones, and they are now even on supply. I take everything back. Variance, he managed to stay alive, and for some reason managed to out-macro his opponent. Banjo Island is getting the spy right now. Not a huge supporter of this decision. Sure, he is a bit ahead. He's ahead on the 3rd base count, on the 3rd base timing. There we go. So he can definitely afford to be a bit cost effective and take a bit of a risk with the Spire. But Spore Crawlers are so strong nowadays versus Mutas that it's a huge risk to go for Mutalisk. That's what I think about CVZ. So I always go roaches myself. But Banjo Island is moving in right now with Zerglings, and it's gonna start dealing some damage to these roaches. Not the most cost effective fight, but it's gonna take down these roaches nonetheless and start dealing some damage to this hatchery. And Variance, he's reacting by building Zerglings of his own, so we'll see if he can save this base. 10 more Zerglings are going to be in production, so he's gonna push this back right now with ease, I think. On the back of this though, Banjo Island starting 9 Mutalisks, and I saw a Spore Crawler coming down here and here, so there are Spore Crawlers in position. They can be avoided with some nice micro, but as I said, you need to deal damage with the Mutalisks. They are not good in a straight up fight as soon as your opponent gets to Hydras, so we'll see what Banjo Island can make happen with these. He's probably a lot better than I am at playing CVZ, so I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna complain. Banjo Island is now moving in with his Mutalisk, but as you can see, Spore Crawler is in position right here, so going to be pushing this back immediately. Look at how much damage it takes. 3 shots, a Mutalisk. So now Banjo Island is getting pushed back, and Variance at the same time applying some pressure of his own. Not quite able to deal any damage though. Now roaches are a decent counter versus Mutalisks, even though they cannot shoot up. They can tank a lot of damage, but we're a bit too late into the game for that to really matter, I feel. But Variance is coming in here with 4 more roaches. Zerglings are streaming in though, cleaning this up, no problem, Reno. Now it's 47 to 46 harvesters, and it's looking pretty even so far between these players. But I would kind of give the advantage to, I don't know, Banjo Island just started to roach warrants. I'm going to take that back. I wanted to give the advantage to Variance since he knew what tech Banjo Island was on. But, you know, since Banjo Island is so far ahead in supply, and, you know, it's just looking really solid in this game. I take that back. Take everything I said back, so. What is actually that supply? Banjo Island was so far ahead. It was ahead by like 50 supply. He's ahead in the armor supply by quite a lot, but I think that's going to be mainly Zerglings and Mutalisks, and as I said, Mutalisks aren't that great in straight up fights. But he's going to be streaming in here with a lot of Sunglies though, trying to target down this hatchery. The roaches are going to be reinforcing this. Still no Hydralisk then for Variance though, which is pretty weird because he spotted the Mutalisks and still hasn't decided to go for Hydralisk then. But either way, the roaches are going to be cleaning up these Sunglies here, I think. Mutalisk sitting here and camping, trying to deal some damage, but the Spoke Crawlers are just so strong. You can't really engage into this, so. Banjo Island just roaming the map with these. Still a cute patrol micro. Now, if we go to the upgrades tab, we can see that Variance is actually ahead in the carapace and, you know, attack upgrades, which is pretty weird. I feel like Variance should be adding on the ranged attack upgrades, which he is doing right now, and the carapace, but I don't know. Variance spotted the Mutalist a long time ago. He had got Spoke Crawlers up and didn't take any damage from them, and still Banjo Island is controlling this game. There should be a Hydralisk Den up, or, you know, anti-air with the Infestors, but there is nothing, which is pretty weird to me. I don't know if Banjo Island forgot about it, or Variance rather forgot about the anti-air or something, but he should be getting something right now. He's getting Pathogen Glance, so he's got that going for him, but it's going to take a while before the Infestors can get out on the map and really start chain funneling these Mutalisks. So now Banjo Island has tech switched up. He's going for roaches right now. He's got slow roaches still, but I think his roach camp is just going to be a bit too large, a bit too high. Now he's moving in, and these roaches are just, they're left for dead. Basically, they are going to die very quickly to these roaches. Last two Spine Crawlers here, they are pretty tanky, 300 HP each, but they still die very quickly to these roaches. So there we go. I think that third base is actually dead. These roaches deal too much damage too quickly, and even though Variance is starting to reinforce this, I don't think the roaches are going to be there on time. Third base is going to fall right now. Variance is starting to apply some pressure of his own. Not quite able to do it though, as it does get cleaned up by Banjo Island. So difficult with the names and the colors and Zerg and stuff like that. Just messing it all up. Ground Carapace level 2, about to finish up for Variance, so he's got the upgrade advantage definitely. Oh shit, yeah. He's got the upgrade advantage definitely coming into this fight. But the roach advantage just goes to Banjo Island right now. Yeah, look at the supply difference. It's a huge 102 hour supply to 40 right now. Banjo Island is moving in, is pushing through, and there is nothing Variance can do to hold on. I think Variance just reacted a bit too late to this. I think he reacted a bit too late to the Mutalisk thing and all that stuff, so Banjo Island was just allowed to macro freely. Something, I don't know why he ended up so far behind. Perhaps it was just his macro slipping from time to time. But either way, I think hang on. Yeah, National Instruments took that first game. There we go. Let's change the score to 1-0. Okay, sweet. I hope the stream didn't freeze. It froze for me. I don't know if it froze for you guys. I know that happens from time to time for me. But either way, National Instruments taking the first game. It was just plain out macro, I feel, for National Instruments. He just out macroed his opponent, and that was it. So we're going to game number 2 right now, which is technically game number 1, because this was game number 2, so we skipped the game, but it's all fine. Not a problem. We're going into Overgrowth right now. And we're going to have at least one high level player. Yeah, we have two diamond players, which is going to be a lot of fun. And one of them has been in Masters 10 times before and is doing really well in Diamond League right now. And the other dude has been in Diamond 6 times, so you know, definitely give the advantage to who's he actually playing for? to the IBM player who has been in Masters like 8 times. But they're still pretty evenly matched. And I'm hoping we're not gonna get another CVZ, because the colors and all this stuff just mess with my brain. So here we are. Our players are in the lobby. I think all the spectators are here. And I think we're ready to go. It's going to be a TVP on Overgrowth. And finally something I can actually analyze. We had like 0 Protoss players in the tournament I did prior to this cast. So, you know, I've played Protoss mainly for a very long time. So that's pretty much what I know most about. Okay. One of the players apparently can't join. At least one of the spectators. All the players are here. One of the spectators can't join, so it's gonna take a couple of more seconds or minutes. I don't know, unfortunately, but we'll see if he can get in. Otherwise, he can just watch the cast. You know, we're running a 0 delay because that is what they wanted. You know, a lot of teams want a 2-minute delay or a 5-minute delay from time to time. So pretty interesting to see a 0 delay, but it's nice. I like it. We're finally joining in the game. I think everybody is ready. Everyone is here. We're waiting for VD's nuts. Yeah, there we go. We're all ready. Exactly. Steve Atney knows what's up. They should just watch the stream. Look at how many are in there. I'm gonna show you. Hang on. Look at how many spectators are in here. We're almost filling the entire thing. Just watch the stream, man. Just watch the stream. Okay. Loading into game number 2 on the Overgrowth Elite. As you can see, these are two high-level players. Solid luck. What's good? Apparently these guys in the chat know each other. And this is IBM versus National Instruments. Of course. I don't actually know who is representing who, but we're gonna give it a shot anyway. I assume Abaddon Natty is supporting National Instruments. Either way, let's give them a 1-0 lead. Spawning in the top right side is going to be our Red Terran player. I think representing IBM, it is VD's nuts. And at the bottom left, our blue Protoss player, it is Abaddon. Representing National Instruments, I think. You know, this was kind of messed up. Should be like National IT instead of National TI. But I'm gonna guess it's them either way. PVT on the map Overgrowth. Overgrowth, I think it is a pretty balanced map. It's been around for a very long time. In like 2 seasons, I think now. So it's a pretty well balanced map. But I feel like if it favors any sort of race in this matchup in PVT, I think it's a bit favored. I think Terran are a bit favored, to be honest. Because there's quite a lot of open spaces, not really a whole lot of small ramps and stuff that the Protoss can utilize with force fields and the splash damage. So take this for example. If you want to defend your natural, there's a pretty large opening right here. Of course, this is not huge compared to the one we see on like the 3rd base on on Vani Research Station. This is a pretty small opening, but as I said, it's very well balanced. But if it favors anyone, I would say it favors VD's Nuts in this. Right now, VD's Nuts is going for that Refinery first, going to be going for the Reaper, looking very standard. Abaddon going for the 16 power one, all looking super standard up in here. He's only got the one gas though, so I would love to see double gas on 15. That's what I've been doing for a very long time. It allows you to... Okay, thank you Steve Acne. Yeah, Abaddon is representing National Instruments, I got that right. So yeah, double gas on 15 allows you to first drop in two peeps in the geyser, and then once you want to take a bit higher, you get a third dude in that geyser. But so far Abaddon is sticking to the one geyser, and it's also producing a Zealot, which I think is mainly to prevent any sort of engineering bay block on the natural, not to deal with the Reaper or stuff like that. Now the Reaper is going to be popping right now, and let's see if he cancels this Zealot. Is gonna cancel it? Yeah, he cancels it. It was just for the potential of an engineering bay block. So he cancels that Zealot, starts the Nexus, and these players are going into a macro game right now, getting that command set up for VD's Nuts, and it's all looking very standard. Getting that reactor now, having one SV in the geyser, which is a bit interesting. Usually the Terran players leave their dudes in there just to get up the geyser just to get the gas for the factory and the starport, of course. Now VD's Nuts poking in with a Reaper. Of course can't do too much. The Core is here, dealing 8 damage per shot, and the Reaper cannot hit it, so Abaddon sloppily getting supply blocked here, not the best for him. And VD's Nuts, he is still macroing up. He's getting good barracks here, and as I said, he left only one in there in the gas, so we can't really get any tech heavy units from like the factory. Can't get a quick Widow Mine, can't get quick Medivacs and stuff like that, so we have to build barracks instead. Well, the Stalker has now popped for Abaddon, and he's adding on a robotics facility, which has been standard for a long time in the PvT matchup. Going for High Templars when there are Widow Mines in the game isn't really as viable anymore, just due to the horrible shields damage that they have got. So going for robotics to get the Colossi out is a lot more standard. But it's getting a quick Twilight Council here, which I don't really know why. To be honest, he can't. Oh, he might go for some kind of blink 2-base Colossi aggression or something, but we'll see. But it's really hard to support Twilight Council as well as a robotics on just 2 bases, but we'll see if he goes for some sort of all-in and stuff like that. Vidas Ruts right now, I think that was a messed up with the rally point. Yeah. He's landing his command center. He's got a couple of Marines out, getting this steam pack right now, and he's still very heavy on the barracks, not getting any sort of factories just yet, but I suppose he's going to start that very soon. Abaddon right now is adding on double gas at the expansion, so as you can see, he is pretty hungry for gas right now. He needs gas to support whatever upgrades he wants to get, and of course the Immortal or the potential robotics bay. Now VD's Nuts is pushing in here. I think this is more to force a photon overcharge more than to, you know, deal damage. This is weird. I think it's weird to block off your entire entrance here. But either way, as I said, this push is more to force the photon overcharge more than anything else. But yeah, there's photon overcharge. And this gives VD's Nuts the opportunity to go for drops later on, you know, in a minute or two with the Medivacs, because there's going to be less energy on that mothership core. So that is pretty nice play there from VD's Nuts if he decides to do just that. And here's the robotics bay come down right now from Abaddon, and it's building up service right now as well. There's the blink, so we may very well see a 2-base blink timing or stuff like that. But as I said, it's going to be hard supporting a Twilight Council as well as Colossi, all off 2 bases. And now VD's Nuts is going for a second push. This is more of like a real push, perhaps. The first one was just to force out the photon overcharge, and the second push might be, you know, designed to deal damage. But there is an Immortal out, and this can deal a lot of damage to these Marauders, so the really heavy damage dealers are going to get focused on pretty quickly, I assume. Double Forge as well? All of them 2 bases? This is so greedy. Or I don't know if I want to call it greedy, really. It's going to be so hard for him to pay for all this. I don't know. If we go to the income right now, our product player is ahead in the harvest account, but of course mules are a thing, and to keep up with those you need to be far ahead in the harvest account. Okay, so he's getting the +1 armor right now, chrono boosting that out. It's gonna get the +1 weapons, I assume. Yep, there it is. So we'll see what it decides to do with those later on. Our turn player right now is producing double medevacs at, you know, very standard. Getting more barracks. He's got the factory, not producing anything out of it. No widow mines, no nothing. Just a standard bio with medevacs. Abaddon actually managed to save his immortal here, which was very nice for him. And he actually dealt with this push very easily. So far he's lost 3 workers in this game, and to be honest I think Weedy's Nuts actually wanted to deal more damage with that. Now the first Colossus has joined the fray, has entered the map, and you know, if Weedy's Nuts decides to go heavy on the Marauder count, which it looks like he is, he's producing 2 Marauders at a time, and go for some early Colossus, Abaddon needs to tech switch pretty quickly to have a chance in this game, because Marauders deal a lot of damage to Colossus. And, you know, Abaddon, he needs to get the 3rd base up pretty soon. As I said, it's going to be hard to afford all of this stuff off of just 2 bases. So, we'll see if he does go out for that 3rd base pretty soon. Weedy's Nuts is gonna go for the drop. Yes, he is. There's an observer in position, but it's not quite in position either way, so it's a decent in position. But here we go. Weedy's Nuts going to be dropping off right now, and look at how heavy on Marauders this force is. You know, the Stalkers, they can trade decently because they have Blink, but still, Marauders just fare very well, which is basically every single Protoss unit on the world, you know, on the map. I don't know. Supply blocking Abaddon for just a couple of seconds there by killing off that pylon. Very nice. Didn't do a whole lot with that drop. Second stop is coming up, and he probably knows that Colossi are an imminent threat right now, and he needs to deal with those by building Vikings. So, surprisingly, Weedy's Nuts actually pretty far behind in the upgrades. Usually not anything we see in the TVP. Terrans usually go very early with those upgrades, but not in this game. Abaddon has finished 1-1, while Weedy's Nuts it's only on the 1 attack. Weedy's Nuts is playing this out very nice right now. He's going for a double drop right here. And this is so annoying to deal with as a Protoss player, because look at this. Boom, there is the 3rd base. Soon about to be under siege. And look at how well these Marauders trade with everything. They're just so strong, and they deal with everything from the Protoss player very easily. Fortunately, he's messing up the 3rd base here, and he's gonna snipe the Templar Archives rather. But Colossi are in position though. This is nice for Abaddon. He split up his army, but not quite well enough, because he's having trouble dealing with his army in this main base. The Nexus is actually taking a surprising amount of damage, and the filtered overcharge is going to run out pretty soon, I think. So Weedy's Nuts gonna get out of there though. He's getting pushed back, and now he's moving around with his medevacs, and this is so awful to deal with. I hate this. So whenever I play Terran, I do this as much as I can just to get some payback. Now it's gonna drop over here, or perhaps not, just force a warp in a worthless units, and then just get out of there. Well, okay. Abaddon actually dealt with that very nicely, and the medevac control from Weedy's Nuts could have been better. But he sniped the Templar Archives, and this is what is important, really. Because Weedy's Nuts, on the back of this, he started to build Vikings. He has got a lot of Marauders in his force, and he can easily deal with any Colossi heavy force from our Protoss player. So that was basically what he tried to do with that. He needed to deny the Templar Archives to buy time for these Vikings. And now Weedy's Nuts going with a sick force here. Lots of Marauders, lots of Vikings, and it's going to be super hard for Abaddon to defend this. He's getting charged, but it's far away. He does have some nice upgrades though. He's got the +2/+2, while our Terran player is on the +1/+1. But this is still going to be a super hard fight to take. Let's see how Weedy's Nuts decides to control this. He's gonna go in with the Vikings, yes. He's now moving in, taking down the 3rd base and then getting out immediately. He could leave his Vikings there to deal damage, not control them properly. He's got them all on the same hotkey, unfortunately. So Weedy's Nuts, that was still a decent trade for him. He lost quite a lot of army, but he killed off the 3rd base, so it's going to be, I think, just fine in a way. Now Weedy's Nuts, look at the armor supply difference, 99 to 56, and the overall supply is 162 to 185. So it does look like IBM is going to be pulling it back in this game, evening up the series 1-1, but it's far from over yet. Sonic Storm is about to finish up, and as you all know, Sonic Storm is pretty strong. It deals 80 damage in a pretty large circle, and it eats bio, unless the bio is microed properly. Now Vidisnut is going for this command center over here on the 4th base location. So if he's allowed to macro rather freely,